Hi there, welcome to another episode of Money Moves with Debt Rescue, where we help you make your money move in the right financial direction to help you build a better financial future. In this week's episode, we're going to be discussing on how to get the right money mindset. If you want to grow your financial future and look at ways in which you can improve your current financial future and work towards the goals that you've set with our SMART goals, let's look at what steps we need to take. Our topics for this week are emotionally charged or mentally motivated, reality and the measurement of value, mind your money language, and morning money meditation. The concept of money, finance, budgets, debt, and anything that has to do with personal consumer finance is emotionally charged at the best of times. What we see here at Debt Rescue is how the emotions are affected by what happens in our personal finances and the impact that debt has on us as consumers and what it does to us emotionally and how we should deal with that, and when we need to seek advice, what changes we can still make, and what tools are available to us to help us with our financial future. We become emotionally charged about money because of various factors, and they include things like past experiences with money or the lack thereof, parents who did not instill a positive financial approach to money, guilt, fear, and unworthiness. To become wealthy, or in the very least to work with your money in such a way that you are not struggling month to month, you need to change your money mindset. Yes, budgeting and financial structures are imperative. Willpower is the catalyst to financial success, but it all begins in the mind. It's important to remember that even though we get told or read the opposite, money is not a taboo subject, and it's definitely not the root of all evil. It's one of those necessary things that we have to have in life, in other words, to pay our bills and cover our living expenses. But we also need to understand that removing emotions that we attach to money is going to be an important part of how we deal with it. So for example, if we look at the price of bread and what it used to cost 2 years ago versus what it costs now, and remembering that there are factors such as we've discussed before as inflation, which are beyond our control, which drives those prices, that we do not become emotional about the cost of, for example, a loaf of bread, but rather think of it realistically as to what does it do to my budget and how do I make changes. The same goes, for example, if you plan on buying a vehicle. If we look at the cost of vehicles, and obviously the higher the price, the better the item, or the nicer or more luxurious the item, that we do not get overpowered by the emotion of driving that incredibly luxurious vehicle, but it's far beyond our means or pushes us out of the budget bracket that we'd allowed ourselves to be, that we don't let that emotion take over and become the driving force in our decision. Removing the emotion and thinking practically about the decision is what's going to help us improve our financial futures. So before you make any major money moves in your personal life, especially when it comes to potentially incurring debt, that you think about it carefully. Look at what the value is that this item is going to add into your life, and look at what your drivers are that's pushing you to make this specific decision. If you realize that emotion might be attached to your driver or is the cause of your possible decision, take some time, step back and think about it carefully to say, is this still within my affordability? Can I still see myself wanting this item in a month, a year, 5 years, depending on how long you have to pay it off? And see, is the value that it's adding truly worth what it could potentially cost you now in the short, medium, and possibly even long term? The next thing we need to do is mind our money language. And what we mean by this is the way we speak about our finances, the way we approach it, because at the end of the day, what we say is what we hear, and we start believing what we hear. So if we're constantly talking about what we don't have and how difficult things are, we start believing that that is the only reality that can be there for us. If we change the way we speak and in essence the way we think about things, and start saying about, I want to change this, what do I need to do to change this, and start putting our plans out there of what we need to do and start putting them into action. Our ears hear what our mouth is saying, and then we'll change the way we approach things and find our solutions, work towards them, and at the end of the day, achieve the goals we've set ourselves. The last topic is morning money mindset meditation. So when we talk meditation, a lot of things come to mind, but what we have learned in the last couple of years is meditation is getting your mind into a specific frame or thought pattern of how you approach something or how you think about it, clearing your mind of all the clutter and getting you to zone onto a specific topic. So if you start your morning with a mindset meditation, focusing on the fact that you have goals you want to achieve, specific outcomes you'd like to see happening in your finances, and you keep that at the back of your mind throughout the day, this becomes the repetitive thoughts that you are focusing on in a positive way, with a positive outcome envisaged at the end of that. So as part of your morning money mindset meditation, tomorrow morning, wake up a little bit earlier. Sit down and plan your thoughts around your financial outcome you'd like to see. Think of the changes you need to make. Close your eyes and visualize it. If you keep this in your mind for that period while you're meditating, it becomes your pattern and your thought pattern for the day. And through that, you will keep this at the back of your mind, but also to a degree in the front of your mind in terms of how you will be approaching that day. And every time that something crosses your path that relates to this, that this would form the basis of any decisions you make when it comes to your finances. A money mindset might be a shift, but with practice and determination, it's something you can do. Just remember that money is a tool, and that tool you need to use to your advantage to achieve the financial goals that you have set for yourself. Whether they be big or small, it can be achieved, but a lot of the power is within your hands. It all depends on how you decide to approach it. We hope that this video has assisted with your money moves and getting them in the right direction to help you with your money mindset and how you determine your future. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment in the box below so that we know what topics you'd like us to discuss in the future.